man who buys a dresser for $100 finds a secret drawer with something astonishing inside. While everyone would love to make some decent cash from their used valuables, it's often more convenient to just give them away. That's part of the reason why garage sales and yard sales are such great places to find decent items at bargain prices. It often works in a similar way for estate sales. The biggest difference, of course, is that instead of selling their own stuff, folks will sell things that belong to their relatives who have recently passed away. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, that means that families may not know how much their loved ones' things may have actually been worth. That's what turned out to be the case when Emil Knodell visited an estate sale in Missouri City, Texas and picked up an item that contained a secret treasure. Recently, 67-year-old retired marketing director Emil Knodell visited Missouri City, Texas. He was attending an event led by Premier Estate Sales Network when he purchased a seemingly ordinary dresser. "I always come to a sale with an open mind because you never know," he said in an interview.